One of my lawyers said I was quite mean to the state of Victoria in that last training video, so I will build a Victorian power of attorney to try and make amends for that great state. Every power of attorney, all 8 are different. I chose Victoria. I now press next, and you'll see I've got a green tick. You'll see I've got a green tick next to the on the questionnaire. You'll put in your name. So if your name is Joanne Smith, you type in Joanne Smith. If you have a middle name, you must put in the middle name. In this case, Joanne's middle name is Muriel. And she's got 2 middle names, Muriel May Davies, Joanne Muriel May Smith. It's actually my mother's name. Date of birth and her address. Now, in this case, Joanne lives in Victoria. But what if she was to say living in Sydney? Is that still acceptable? And yes, it is. You don't have to be living in the jurisdiction to make a power of attorney. If you've got property in West Virginia in America, you make a West Virginian power of attorney, even though you've never been there. If you've got assets, a property in Melbourne, and you've never been to Melbourne, you still have to do a power of attorney. But in this case, the person making the power of attorney lives in New South Wales. Now, notice here that I've done this is a Google search. There's an American company called Google, if you haven't heard of them. And I've typed in and it's come up with First Road, but I actually live at, well, Joanne lives at 233 First Road. So don't rely on Google. Use Google, but then you must make sure you've typed in manually the exact address. Now, there's a lot of hints. So can I use a residential address? What's that? You like your post office address. You want to use a post office address because you're quite private. I accept that, but for medical and enduring power of attorneys, the money power of attorney, which we're doing right now, you have to use a physical address. So you don't muck around with post office boxes. Don't look for trouble. You're spending a lot of money at this law firm to build a power of attorney that works. About 1/3 of power of attorneys built on government websites don't work, and about 12% of power of attorneys prepared at law firms do not work. So you've got to keep this vanilla and do exactly what we say. Use a residential address. What if your address changes? It doesn't matter. Addresses change all the time. When you get dementia and move to a nursing home, we can't do your power of attorney again, even though you can update your power of attorney for free on our website. Once you pay for it the first time, you never have to pay for it again. But when you get dementia, you lose mental capacity to make a legal document like a will, a medical power of attorney, or in this case, an enduring power of attorney. Now, the different names enduring powers of attorneys, they have different names. There's 8 different jurisdictions. Do I need a separate power of attorney for each jurisdiction? Yes, you do. Can I sign the power of attorney overseas? Yes, you can. You can, and we'll help you with that. We can even recommend lawyers to actually witness them online. So if you live in a jurisdiction, like say New South Wales, which requires a court, the local court, to witness it, or a solicitor, and you live in London, we'll give you the details of a law firm that can witness it online. So you can make a power of attorney anywhere in the world for any state of Australia. So you can sign the power of attorney overseas. And there it is, another little training video for you. You will find that some of the power of attorneys require an authorised witness. And we'll explain who that is when you get your final power of attorney, you get 3 documents, or you get in one PDF, you will get 3 documents. The first will be a cover letter from our law firm to explain how to sign it, the process, what you need to do, if there's any registration required. Then the second document will be the authorised witnesses for that jurisdiction. In Victoria, you're building a Victorian power of attorney at the moment, it would be those authorised witnesses in Victoria. If you select South Australia, you'll get a different list. You get a completely different letter, a different list, because South Australia is completely different. And then you also get the third document is the actual power of attorney itself. How much does it cost me to update the powers of attorneys and wills? It's free. Once you pay for your wills and power of attorneys, you never have to pay for them again, provided you stay of sound mind. Right, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to move to people you appoint. So we've done you, there's Joanne Muriel May Smith. Now we're going to move to people that young Joanne is going to appoint.